Hello everyone, I'm here with Crox from Deimpero, and we're here to talk about the main event, all the upcoming action, and a bit of how they got here. But before we get into all that, Crox, I was wondering if you could tell everyone a little bit about how you ended up on this team and how the group came together.
So hello everybody, and basically I joined Deimpero because I was with Bavdocs at OWCS 1 with Gogo and other players. We didn't make the group, so we decided to disband. Everybody agreed, and the story is kind of weird, but I was in rank with Gogo, and Eggs was on DPS, and I wanted to flame him, right? Because he was playing really bad Genji on Shambali, I remember, and we know each other from just from rank, but we good term. And I DM him because I knew that they were looking for a new main tank, and I say, "Oh, I just leave my team. Are you interested by training me?" He said, "Yes, for sure. You're really good and stuff." I say, "Let's go." So I try for them, and I joined them maybe a week before OWCS start, stage 2. And after I tell them I know you have a Chef Brig. Can we maybe add Gogo at the roster as well because he's a Lucio specialist and Brig is Brig specialist like his name. And I joined like that.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, ranked stuff are the best team. Every time I join a ranked team, we always do good. So I'm happy.
And what were the expectations then? Because when you actually come and you play the Swiss stage for stage 2, what were you looking to try and achieve? How far were you looking to go?
I wanted to prove myself that I can be a great leader in a new environment, and that I'm a really the meta is really helpful for me because I would say I don't really. I mean, I play dive. I play poke, dive, and brawl. But I'm a really brawl specialist since I play Overwatch. Reinhardt, I love him. Orisa, I was one of the only guy on Overwatch 1 who love Orisa. People know me for it a bit, and some people are saying that I'm a one trick. I like that. But yeah, I'm really dominant on brawl. So I was I want to prove myself that I can destroy everyone on Orisa and lead my team to win. And it happens. So I'm happy.
And then, how did you end up? When does Ocie come in, your coach? When does he sort of join the fray? Was he there when you got there already?
I think he joined at the maybe last day of stage 2 because we were trialing him. But while we were trialing him, if I remember well, he was just sending feedbacks and not a VOD review stuff. So most likely when we got during OWC, the main stage, the Swiss round, it was more me saying to the team what I want them to do and how to play with me because I have a really weird play style. And yeah, it worked. So we were happy. We 2-0 Rocstars and other teams. We were good against SSG. We did a good match. And after they start to play dive, so I was really sad. And but yeah, he joined after that.
And then what does the structure look like for you maybe in the average week? Do a lot of you also have other stuff like school or work going on as well as trying to do this?
Yeah, Chef as Eggs and Chef are working a lot as well. Like a job. So they're not here every time. I have school and Kyo as well. So it's hard, and Gogo has school as well. So it's kind of hard to scream, even though me and Kyo were in holidays, so we're really lucky.
Yeah.
So we could scream, but most likely it's one scream each day, or sometimes it could happen that it's one scream every 2 days. But we didn't we screamed, but not a lot like other team triple block every day and stuff like that.
Have you tried to do a little bit more now you've made the main event? Have you tried to do more this week in for sort of final preparation?
Yeah, we got double block yesterday, today as well, so we're good. But I believe screaming too much sometimes depend. For example, if you scream against a really good team Ants or Space Station, it's better to scream only one time, the day against them. Like that, you're full focus. You maybe do a little vote before, and you focus on things you want to achieve in it, and just hard focus 2 hours only focus. And after you have vote potential. And after the next day, you scream against less good team, but still good team, at your level, at your range, and you can double block. But I would prefer to scream less, but really good team and learn than screaming too much against team that are out of our range or things like that, which is you can learn, but you will end up in a scrim like not trolling, but like get lazy and don't play your best, I believe.
Yeah, I think especially when you are still trying to like figure out the meta or figure out certain maps, it's like much better to actually scrim a bit less, learn much from it, and then look at it again in VOD and improve that way.
Yep.
Now, when we listen into the comms, either through the main broadcast or through Ocie's stream, it feels very much like you're the main man in the comms, calling a lot of the pushes, a lot of the fights. Is that true, or are those just the snippets we see? How much do you do, and then how much does everyone else do in terms of like comm structure?
Yeah, I'm used to that. I believe in Overwatch 1, people remember that the main tank was the guy who was like putting the plan after plan, like, oh, they will grab, we beat, and if they beat, counter beat, we go with the BAP window and stuff like that. That game plan is awful, actually. But so it was like this. So I was used to do that in Overwatch 1 with previous contenders team. And now in Overwatch 2, I believe it's more like, since the game is way faster in Overwatch 2, people need to, first of all, every role know their hero more than I do. So I believe them to, if X say, oh, I want to Kitsune now, I'm like, if you plan it, I'm okay to go. And I'm just trying to order the ult like that. We don't beat engage plus Kiriko engage and like start to not be good. So I try to do that. And since I'm a little bit crazy, I'm trying to call for flank and stuff like that when we're not doing it.
Then I wanted to get maybe a little bit of an insight into the team and some of the players as well. So maybe if I give you a few categories, you could tell me which player you think belongs in this category. So who's the funniest player on the team?
I think that's me, unfortunately. I'm the guy like before match, I'm taking my ukulele, I'm singing, I'm talking to the admin like he's my best friend. Shout out to Bryce, we love him. It's really funny.
Well, I think it's good. Relaxes everyone. It's
exactly.
I think the worst thing you can have right before a match, silence. If everyone's just quiet, it's like it's really bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, yeah.
And then who's the most intelligent person on the team?
I think that's hard. Most intelligent person in the team. Like everybody, I would say, like for example, Chef is really, really smart. Like everybody is really smart. I don't know who can be the best like thinker. Because yeah, okay, it's not Kyo and it's not Eggs. China is really smart, but he lack a bit of macro. I would say maybe Gogo or Chef. Like they really know well the game, I believe. And Ocie is smart as well, so maybe those three.
And then who's the biggest complainer?
Okay. Kyo and Eggs are fighting. I complain a lot as well, but Kyo and Eggs are the two who like sometimes they fight each other. Like Kyo saying like, Eggs heal me, and Eggs is like, shut up, I need to do stuff. And when Eggs Misusu is saying, oh come on, the game, and I do that as well with my spear. So it's pretty funny.
And then if you had to say the person who's the most skillful, like someone like you're in a scrim or a match and then just you think you've maybe lost, but then they do something crazy and suddenly you've won the fight.
So most clutchable, most likely, right?
Yeah.
Kyo. I think Kyo is really good for it. Like he's like no brain, big aim. Like that's him.
Typical hit scan player.
Exactly. And X is good as well to clutch. I believe we all really good at clutch. Like Gogo is really good as well, but even though he didn't play.
Well, we saw that a little bit in the group stage because obviously some of it is very straightforward against Flex or Diax, and then when you get the big match against Rocstars, and it starts badly. So what did you feel was going wrong for you in those first maps?
To be honest, I believe we changed our playstyle from Swiss to group stage. Like I said, we had Ocie during the end. And since in new coach, we try to do new stuff and to play more like less chaotic and more like team fight stuff. So it changed the way I play and the way how I play with other people. So it started to look really bad. And during the match, I believe we play like the rock play style, where like I was playing really slow, not looking to kill like I'm used to do, kill the back lane, force the Ajax, and punish way more the Orisa like I'm used to call. So like they just run over us, like the Akenwald was not even close. They literally destroyed us. and people were not confident as well. I think we didn't give like enough boost, like mental boost to them, and we were not trusting each other. And like during Coliseo, I started to say, okay, guys, I don't give a fuck. I will play the way I'm used to play, and like let's go crazy warrior mental. We reverse it from now, and we good. And I think we saw it in one moves. Well, like at 5 minutes of Colosio, when I reviewed it, I started a flank with Chef, and I killed Kiriko, Lucio, and Sojourn instantly. And I say, okay, guys, I know from now we're gonna win, even though it was really close clutch at the end. And I was like, guys, we just do that. I can flank. If I can, I do it. I play like we used to. And after the other map, I just like go dominant on the Orisa, and I stop let TVNT go first.
Well, I think especially by the time we get to map 5, it suddenly actually feels the momentum's completely swung in your favor now. Suddenly Rock can't do anything, as every fight just feels so hard for them. Could you feel it then once you got to Shambali that like the momentum's with you guys now, like you have the advantage?
Yeah, like when we attacked, like on the main broadcast, there were like the communication in our side, and you can hear me said, okay guys, we 100% win that map because like we got their mentals, like they're trying stuff, we are in the head and we win. And like I think that was the case. Like they tried a new comp that they were never played, that I believe they never played against us at least, and it was just a straightforward like 4-minute recap, and we were really good.
And then do you feel, because a lot of these metas, when it's brawl meta, there's obviously a lot of things you have to do like technically right in terms of understanding the macro and the push-pull of everything, but also do you feel that almost there's also a huge mental side to it in terms of the momentum in these matchups, maybe more than others in terms of how the series ends up going?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe the mental is like maybe 80%, because like we all know how to use ultimate and how. Like we all know that, for example, if they beat, we can mirror beat as well. It's not a lost. It's not a auto lost or things like that. So I believe the mental is maybe 80%, and like during our match against Rock again, like when we get back the momentum and the mental after like a Gogo speech, because Gogo did a speech after like the second after Iconval, I believe he boosted everybody because everybody were talking way more, and like we just straightforward. Even though we like during the match we showed that we have ult issues. We are not like our ults didn't have as much value as we wanted to, and we didn't plan them as well. So we just go with the mental. I believe we won over the mental that map, and after the rest of the map, it was like there were maybe more weak mental, and like we started to have more value with ult as well.
Yeah, I think it's always because you both teams sort of were given the same problem. At one point, the series starts really bad for you, and your team's sort of challenged to, can you recover from the bad situation? Can you fix the mental? Can you get your confidence back? And the answer for you was yes. And then you give them the same problem, but they don't have the bounce back in the end. And then the series is just over before they know it.
Yep.
One other thing we saw you change as we went through the series was, and we've seen a few teams doing this, where they're playing Sojourn and Kiri, I think was what most people played originally. And then BAP and Cass has come maybe a bit more into the meta, maybe particularly teams like SSG doing it a lot. Where do you feel is there one that's clearly better, or is it preference, player strength, or how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I believe it's a lot around player strength. Like Eggs is really good as Kiriko. Like he proved it in rank, he proved it like during all our match in OWCS, like Swiss stage and like the rest. Same for Kyo. Kyo is really good on. I mean, he's like really strong on Cassidy, but maybe less strong on Sojourn because he's learning. But he's still really strong on Sojourn when you have rail or ult. So like we go Kiri Soj, but like during the match we started to play just to mirror them because like mental wise, if you mirror and win on mirror, it just like you impact them much more than if you win on different picks. And Kyo made the call like trust me, I can go Cass and win. And X decided to follow on BAP as well because he's really good BAP, and we just go along like that. But I believe Sojo and Kiriko are better just because you can take flank and be more proactive on the map, and you can you help the Lucio and the Tracer and the Orisa to pinch as well. Like that, everybody can go everywhere as long as you're not too far. And mid fight, you think they will be stay split if you push aside, but everybody will be together. And if you walk in a bad area, you instant dead. it's instant punishment.
Do you think there's some of it where, because you talked about you also wanted to change your playstyle to be a bit more aggressive on these later maps? Do you feel as well like BAP Cassidy maybe suits that a little bit more as well because there's just more raw damage more often?
I believe BAP and I believe Cass first of all is more to just kill Orisa. Like if you have Cass against you, it's just like Orisa get deleted. But I believe we started to do front to back, but I think still Kiri Soj are stronger just to help with the Orisa. But X decided to have more sustainability with BAP and Cass. So I don't know, we just play it because we mirrored and like we had value, so I'm good.
And one thing, of all the slight variations we're seeing in the meta, Orisa seems to be super prevalent. More and more people playing more and more Orisa. Obviously, you play that role yourself. What do you think it is that separates the best Orisas from the other Orisas?
The difference between Orisas. It's the way they manage cooldown. Even though it sounds like obvious, but like I believe it's like how you impact when Orisa use cooldown on, and how you force the Orisa in your duel to use cooldown first. Because if she just use spin but stay at a corner, you cannot push, right? But at the same time, if she use spin and slightly move forward or the team move forward and she don't, you need to punish that move. Or by punishing, I don't mean kills, I mean like still don't use cooldown or use one to force them to use two. And at the end, if you do the count, like you will use one, they will use three. You will use one more, and they will use like two more as well. And at the end, like they will just die, and you have all cooldown in case something bad happen. And it's just like a matter of that. And after like consistency on Orisa, if you see an Orisa that is in your backline and kill 3, like I believe the Orisa is good at aim, maybe. To consider that as well. Like tank have aim a bit.
Well, yeah, I think especially with the javelin mixed in as well, there's like there's a lot of carry potential just on individual plays and picks as well to mix into.
Yep.
And then I wanted to ask you a little bit because Ocie, I guess, has gotten a little bit of fame in terms of streaming the scrims and sort of given everyone, I think, an insight into the team and how it works, especially in your sort of big run and your reverse sweep. How does that, do you think that changes much for you as a player when you know you're on stream as well, or are you able to just sort of put it out of your mind and play normal?
I actually just realized his stream maybe like at the end of the group, because he said in a group chat or on Twitter, I think he said like he will not stream much more stream because like enemy team don't want us to stream stream. But before that, I didn't realize, so it didn't change anything from me. But I mean, if people can see more the inside of the team, that's good. But at the same time, I understand that some team can disagree to getting streamed because like you can have like a lot of information on them. Like it was kind of the same in Overwatch 1 when like the main issue was to sharing VODs. Like everybody were scared like of a guy who leaked, and back in the time it was like we wanted to burn the witch that's doing it. And now people change mind and they're like, if we can all stream, it's good. So mentality change, we go through, and like Deimpero now have a little bit of fame, and that's really cool. Like there is like a support even in rank, and that's actually enjoyable. It's funny.
So you feel it's actually, you can almost see the tangible benefits of like more people coming to support the team and
2 days ago I got a Lucio. 2 days ago I got in rank with a Lucio while I was playing DPS. So understandable if I get flame, you know? And the guy was really supportive and he was like giving his best to win, and it was really funny. So it's actually cool to have some fame like that.
Well, I think that's what a lot of us, when we started talking about streaming scrims, that's what we would hope, is it would get to highlight a lot of the individual players and actually bring them more attention and maybe more fans than if they were just, you know, generic team 8 in Europe who are playing this weekend or something.
Yeah, and even people that are not playing in the team maybe can listen to it, and they will be like, oh, it looks like they like each other, and together we play better. I will maybe create a team as well. And you end up having like a better, like more teams that will try stuff, and like it's more fun for everyone.
Yeah, well, I don't think I've spoken to anyone who looks at these streams or looks at like Ocie's stream and sees your guys' comms and has anything negative to say. It's all positive about how fun it is to see you guys trying it, even when we see sometimes for problems with like some of the BAP and Kiri discussions. But it's really interesting to see people solve those problems and how they come to it, and then you see it work out, and you get to sort of enjoy that moment with you as well. I think it's a really nice thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, and even when we make mistakes, people can make fun of us, and like it's funny for everyone at the end, because even us in game are like we don't flame, but we like to send little spike to each other, you know, like yesterday, me and like with Orisa, I'm used to deal a lot of damage, and that's fucking crazy. Like I'm used to deal a lot of damage, and Kyo always have less, and I'm saying, I said in the VC, like, Kyo, why I always have more damage than you? Like you're a damage per second dealer. And it was funny. Like we start to flame each other like that. It's like good atmosphere.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people maybe missed in Overwatch League as well, and that real insight into what it's like for teams. And I think what you are all doing and what Ocie's sort of doing with the stream, I think is really good, a really good insight and a good example for a lot of teams.
Yep.
And then I want to ask you then, because obviously you made the main event, and this I imagine very much feels like a very big achievement, and it is. But now you're in the main event. There's tougher games coming. What are your expectations? You have Peace and Love in your first game, which is probably pretty good first game as far as things go. How confident do you feel in that first fixture?
Yeah, I believe we kind of lucky on the guy we're gonna face. They are good. Like I'm not saying they're bad, but they're at our outrange. It's not like maybe SSG that are maybe too strong for us now, even though we can win. Who knows? But like we're gonna give our best. Like I believe we can take the mind game into them, and I believe I can do a lot into their backline as well, or just to the Orisa. Like so, we're gonna just go straight into them. I believe. Like my expectation are to at least make top 4, even though that's a bit high. But I want to say top 1 as well, because like sometimes when you achieve your goal, after you go a bit lazy again. So like I would say I want to qualify to Dallas, because it will be a great story, you know. And
it'll be a real fairy tale run.
I will do my best to show that I'm the best Orisa right now in EU, and like straight line.
And then for a lot of you, is this the sort of biggest tier or maybe biggest caliber of competition you've been in when you look at the other teams in it as well?
I believe for everyone, yeah. I mean, for most of them, it's like the best. I mean, the higher tier they went through. So yeah, that's actually really good to have like kind of new people coming. Like old people get out, and like new blood are coming. We're hungry as well. We want our cash prize as well. We want everything.
Well, I think especially when you look at maybe particular teams like you and teams like Super Shy and maybe even the PEPS rebuild, there's a lot of new players compared to maybe some of it like the Ataraxia and Ex Oblivion who didn't make it. A lot of the older blood has been replaced in this tournament. And then do you think then coming in and it sort of being the sort of biggest stage so far, do you think that's going to add a lot of pressure to the games itself or make it harder to perform?
No, I don't think so. I think we good enough to acknowledge that it will be harder, and like people will watch at us. But at the same time, it's the thing that drives us. We're like, we're gonna give our best. People we know, and we're gonna put some respect on our name as well. It's important.
And then, if I had to get you to pick a team, and you can't pick your own team, who you think is the favorite to win this tournament, who would you pick?
Favorite to win. Like, I think everybody would say SSJ, but like, I would say, I don't know. Yeah, I would say SSJ actually. I will go with them. I believe in them. Even though if we face this time, I will not lose. We take a map. We're gonna take others as well.
Yeah, I think to be fair, a lot of people feel this tournament SSG feel like the top dog.
Yeah, it's like the top brawl team. Like they are known for playing really well brawl. So
it's like a nice meta.
They are meta. Yeah.
And then are there any other teams that you're particularly looking forward to playing, or you really hope you run into or have a chance to beat?
I would say PEPS, because we lost one time, and on the broadcast it looks like I was the Inter when I just like miscommunicate my plan, and like we lost 2 times because of that. So I want to take my revenge because I believe we're better than them. And yeah, like I think I don't want to lose first against Peace and Love though. But like maybe in the winner finals we can meet again. So if the
maybe
finals is
you could
PEPS and
both
us,
win
I'm
as
happy.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe. Oh yeah, actually, if we
Yeah.
both win, good luck to them. But yeah, if we both win, like it would be nice as well to take the revenge and as well win.
No, thank you very much, then, Crox. I do appreciate your time, and obviously the best of luck to you and the rest of Deimpero. I'm sure we'll all be watching and catching on Ocie's stream as well.
Thank you.